Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all my students, participants and viewers. Today in this short PowerPoint presentation, I would like to show you how to write flowchart. I have chosen this area especially because flowchart is really a very difficult part of HSC first year students. I've seen that most of the students find it a little bit difficult and different than other questions, and it has 10 marks, so it's also very important for them. And today in this PowerPoint presentation I will show you how to write flowchart very accurately and perfectly. First of all, let us have a look at the information that should be included in the box of the flowcharts. You must remember that flowchart, you need to write down 5 rectangular boxes in the flowcharts, which I will show later. But most importantly, you need to know what are the items that you need to collect from the extract. Remember that first thing you have to remember that you have to write the flowchart in short notes. Do not write it into sentences. It must be written in phrases. And of course, it should be without to be and auxiliaries. That is, you cannot use to be verb like am, is, are, was, were, or any other auxiliary verbs in the flowchart information. You must use the keywords. You will have to use the noun phrase, adjective phrase, and also you have to use the verb phrase. You can use the verb phrase. There are actually 6 items here. Among them, you can choose one for your according to your context. But you must bear it in your mind that all the information that you gather from the extract will have to be relevant to the text of your question. Let's go to the next slide. These are the structures of writing flowcharts. The information that you write inside the box will have to be written within these structures. Like you can use verb plus ing plus extension. You can also use being plus extension. You can also use having plus extension, or you can use subject plus verb plus ing plus extension as a noun phrase, and article plus adjective plus noun as an adjective phrase. So these are the 4 different patterns of structures that students must follow while writing the information inside the flowchart. Remember the first one, verb plus ing plus ext. That is, you can use a participle phrase, participle or gerund, and you can follow it with an extension. You can also use it with being, having, or noun phrase or adjective phrase. But all these structures are particularly relevant for the information inside the box of the flowchart. Let's go to the next slide. What are the important notes that you must keep it in your mind? Remember that flowchart is a very tricky topic for the students. That is why students must be very careful. First thing, that subject of the flowcharts usually follow after showing or mentioning in the question. That is, you don't need to read the whole question in the exam or in the text. If you just follow showing or mentioning from the question, then you can catch the idea very easily. Again, you do not have to use auxiliaries, modal auxiliaries, or adverbs. It must not be used in the flowcharts. And also you remember that answers should be inside the rectangular boxes. That is, you must draw the rectangular boxes in a very specific manner, in a particular line and shape. And of course, there are 3 words at best. That is, 1 word is acceptable, 2 words, fine, 3 words is also okay. But if there are more than 3 words, you can use a hyphen, so it can become 3 words. But remember that the words must be taken from the text. Next slides. I have chosen an extract from Unit 6, Lesson 4, HSC First Year English book. There are 2 paragraphs actually from this extract. I have chosen 2 paragraphs. And let us go to the second extracts actually. If you look at the second extracts, I have underlined some important information. So it's very important for you. When you want to write a flowchart, you will have to underline the important information firstly. First thing first, that is, look at the information that I have underlined. For example, I used to collect trash and sell it to a vendor. Next line, I had a serious infection. I worked for an ice cream shop. The owner of the shop gave me something to eat. I had to walk for hours offering my ice cream. So these are the important information that I have chosen, which I will work up with. Let's go to the next slide. This is the diagrams. These are the diagrams of the flowchart that you must write in this way. It has been here in this video. I have chosen this horizontal shape, horizontal way I have presented it. It's up to you. You can also present it in vertical shape also. It doesn't matter. But remember, whatever be the shape is, you will have to follow a particular grid or alignment. And remember, and look at that, in the first box, I've started the information with a capital letter. So it's very important for you. When you write a flowchart, your first information will be written in capital letter and the last information will be written in the small letter. And there is no full stops, of course. And the numbering are given inside the box. You can also give numbers outside the box as well. It's up to you. But the diagrams should look like this. All the boxes are symmetrically and consistently drawn so that it does look like a perfect flowchart shape. Let's go to the next slide. These are the examples from which I would like to collect the information. First, look at the first sentence. I used to collect trash and sell it to a vendor. So you can make it a phrase like collecting trash and selling it to a vendor. Next line, I had a serious infection. So you can make it like having a serious infection. So these are the ways actually you can make phrases. Phrase doesn't mean actually idioms and phrase. You can make phrase with anything if it is relevant to the text. Next line, for example, I worked for an ice cream shop. So the phrase is working for an ice cream shop. Next sentence, I had to walk for hours offering my ice cream. You can make it phrase like walking for hours offering an ice cream. The last sentence is the owner of the shop gave me something to eat. You can make it like the owner of the shop giving him something to eat or given something to eat by the shop owner. Or you can also curtail the sentence like giving him something to eat by the shop owner. So whatever you do, you must remember at the back of your mind that your phrase will have to be a sort of information that must bear the information taken from the text. Let's go to the next slide. These are actually the same, almost same slides. The sentences are actually made into phrases. There are 5 sentences chosen from the texts of the extracts and extract of the text. And then I have made it into phrase. So I would like to request my dear students and learners that whenever you make a phrase, you must give more attention in connecting your ideas into small particular details. You must remember that nothing will have to be brought from outside. Whatever you bring, you must bring it from the text, but you can write it at your own verse. That's it. And now let's have a look at the answers of the flowchart. Look at the answers. First box, collecting trash and selling it to a vendor. Next one, having a serious infection. Then working for an ice cream shop. Walking for hours, offering an ice cream. And last one is the owner of the shop giving him something to eat. So these are the information that I have made from the sentences taken from the excerpt or extract. So if you do this, I think and I hope that you will get good marks in the exam. And most importantly, remember that flowchart is really very tricky. I mean, it's not really difficult. What you have to do is to collect the information exactly from the text. If you can collect the information exactly, I hope and believe that you can make it happen. And that's it from my flowchart presentation. I hope you have enjoyed watching the video. If you want to, if you have anything to ask me, you can mail me, which I have already given you in the first slide. I have given my mail address. You can mail me if you want to know more, but my suggestion to you is that you have to practice more, at least 5 flowcharts a day. If you can practice more, you will be able to write more and you will be skilled in making flowcharts. Thank you very much and see you next time. Goodbye.